Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is John again from Volkswagen Planet, and today we are working on the 1972 Super Beetle. This is going to be part 16, fuse 12. It's the very last fuse in our series on how to rewire the 1972 classic Super Beetle. And today we are working on the last but not final, last and final fuse, but this is not going to be the last video in this series. We are going to have one more on the on-car, and I want you guys to leave a comment below on what you think we should do with the next series that you want to deal with, whether it's, headlights, taillights, turn signals, in-depth, so we all can get together, and maybe if you guys need or if you guys want a video done for your specific need or concern, just comment below and I'll try to accommodate that for you. So we're going to start off like we usually do. This is going to be the classroom edition, basically, the classroom wiring diagram. We're going to start off with an 8 amp fuse. This is going to be, this fuse here connects the coil. So this is going to be, like I said, a white fuse, so it's an 8 amp. But if you don't have to memorize this stuff, this is your first time, just go down to the description below. All the information will be there. So we're going to go, this wire is going to be in front of the fuse. It's an all black wire. Now this wire is going to be a long wire. I know I've talked about in the past where some of these wires look a lot longer than what they actually are, but this wire is going to go the whole entire length of the car. It's going to go from the front of the fuse. It's going to run down over to the left front hinge, hood hinge. If you look straight down, the wire is going to go drop down into there. There's going to be about probably 7 or 8 other wires, a big chunk of wires going into the cab along the heater channel, in between the heater channel and your seat track. And this will be one of the wires in there. It's going to go to the back of the car. Again, it's an all black wire. I don't know how thick it is yet because we haven't come across the unit of measurement yet. But as you can tell, this wire is long. It is going the whole, this right here is probably, we're probably about at the door right about now. As you can tell, it's going to be in that whole harness in between the seat track and the heater channel. So it's going to keep going down, keep going. And this whole chunk of wires will come out, or will come back by the voltage regulator, which is back behind, or right under the back seat. Now, there's going to be a big hole right behind the voltage regulator, and this black wire will continue from there and come out back in the trunk area, or the hood, the trunk area, hood area, whatever, the engine compartment. Let's put it that way. So we're on the same verbiage line here. So this wire, this says it's going to take a right-hand turn, but this actually is going to come out of the engine compartment. And now we see a 2.5, which is a 14 gauge wire. In case you had to replace the wire, we know it's a 14 gauge. And it's going to come off that wire loom, and it's going to go right onto the coil. It's going to go onto the 15 location on the coil. So we'll backtrack this back. As you can tell, like I said, it's very well labeled, so we don't have to worry about nothing else. And when we deal with the coil series, we'll go in these wires here more in depth. But we're only dealing with the one wire going to the fuse box right now. So we'll trace that wire back up. Again, it's a 2.5 millimeter, which is, what is that? 2.5 is a 14 gauge wire. Yeah, 14 gauge wire. Just in case, yours may be cut up and you have to replace it. Doesn't necessarily have to be black, but this is what Volkswagen used on theirs. So, or if you're trying to locate the wires, or just trying to decode and decipher what you have on your wiring harness loom there, it is an all black wire. It's 14 gauge. So this wire, I said, is going to run the whole entire driver's side of the car, in between the heater channel and the seat track. It's going to come up under the dashboard, out into the trunk area, and when it makes this turn here, this is where it's going to be. Oops, we're not there yet. And you'll see more on the on car what I'm really talking about here. So it's going to come out in the hood area, or the front of the car, whatever you like to, whatever your terminology would be. As you can tell, this truly is, as long as this wire actually looks. So that's going to go in the front of the fuse, and that's it. So again, we're going to look, it's an 8 amp fuse. Now this wire here behind, this is going to be behind the fuse, which when I say behind, I mean from the fuse to the windshield. So let's see where this wire is going to take us. Again, this fuse only has 2 wires, one in the front, one in the back. And this wire is a 0.5 millimeter, which would be a 22 gauge. So we know it's an all black wire. It's 22 gauge. And this is going to go into, let me make sure I use the right proper words here, because I always call this the wrong word. So let me make sure. This is a fuel gauge vibrator. If you look right below the there's going to be a bar that holds the gauge in the on your Super Beetle. This little box is going to be right below there, and it's going to go tap right into this little port right here. We're not going to worry about this right here, this wire. We're only dealing with the fuse box right now. So like I said, that's pretty self-explanatory. That's the fuel vibrator. And what that does is that actually works in conjunction with the fuel gauge, how it turns, from full to empty. But we'll deal with that in another video. So we're going to backtrack this wire. We're going to go back up, make sure we didn't miss anything. And see, there is one more wire. So that black wire we know goes to the fuel vibrator. Now our last wire here is going to be a green wire. Let's see if we can get a unit of measurement here. And let's see where this wire is going to take us. Okay. Let's see here. There is no unit of measure, but I can tell you that this is going to be an 18 gauge wire. Sorry for being blurry there. And this is going to go right into, you see where it says, it's 15. You notice that other wire connected to the 15, which is the coil. So you understand how everything's starting to connect to each other. 15 stays with 15s, 30s stay with 13s, and this is going to be K6. So let's make sure that I give you the right location. This is going to be the emergency flasher. I always get this confused. Don't get this confused with the headlight switch. So the emergency flasher is on the lower part by the ashtray, not up on top on the headlight. So this is the emergency flasher switch right here. If you were to pull apart that switch behind, you will see all these locations here. Excuse me. and that's where this green wire is going in this particular video. So we'll backtrack this wire back out. We'll make sure that I didn't skip anything. This is an 18 gauge wire. Even though it's not labeled, I know it is because it's the same size as the ones that go to the windshield wiper motor. And we are back home to the original spot. So guys, literally it's that simple. We got a coil wire in the front, we got the fuel vibrator, and we got the one that goes to the emergency flasher. Those 3 wires make up fuse 12. I want to say thank you again for your ongoing support on this video series. You guys have together, I've got a lot more confidence in electrical. I want to say thank you. I can never thank you guys enough. This electrical used to be really intimidating to me. Now I'm willing to at least take a crack at it. I'm no expert, but I've got a lot more confidence from making these videos, and you can too. If I can do it, guys, you can do it. And as always, if I can help one person out, my job is done. I've helped 3 or 4 people out, which makes me feel good. We've even helped people out of the country so they can get their vehicles back on the road, so they can enjoy their cars. So as always, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe, crash that bell so you get our notifications. Thumbs up, thumbs down, leave a comment or don't. And like we always say in all of our videos, God bless you, God bless your family, God bless our great nation, the United States of America, and we'll catch you on the next video. The next video will be on car. It will be the last video of this series. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please post them below. If you have a thought about where we should go from here, just again, comment below whether it's we want to do a headlight, we want to get tail lights, interior lights, anything electrical right now, just comment below so we can go from this series to the next. So I want to thank you guys again, and we'll catch you on the next video on the On Car. You guys have a good one, and we'll catch you on the next video, guys.